All right, let's jump right into this. We've got a major story breaking out of the Chicago area, a deadly confrontation involving an ICE officer. We're going to break down exactly what officials are saying happened. And hey, while we're getting into it, if you find this kind of breakdown helpful, do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe. So let's set the scene. It's Friday morning, September 12th, 2025. An attempted arrest is going down in a suburb just outside Chicago, and things are about to take a very serious turn. And when I say a serious turn, I mean it gets tragic fast. An ICE officer shoots and kills a man during this confrontation. But that's not the whole story. The very same officer ends up injured during this encounter. So those are the core facts right there. Now let's really dig into the details. Okay, so who was involved here? Where did this all go down? And what exactly happened? Let's get into it. All right, so who are we talking about here? Well, according to the Department of Homeland Security, that's DHS, the man who was killed was Silverio Villegas-Gonzales. They also made a point to note that he lacked legal immigration status. As for the ICE officer, their identity wasn't released right away. Now here's a key detail you might have missed in the early reports. Initially, DHS just said this happened in Chicago, but the FBI later came out and clarified, saying, nope, it was actually in Franklin Park, which, if you know the area, is a suburb right next to O'Hare Airport. So what's the official story? How did this situation escalate so dramatically? Let's walk through the step-by-step account that the Department of Homeland Security put out. Okay, here's the official play-by-play from DHS. They say it went down like this. First, Villegas-Gonzales resisted arrest. Then, he allegedly used his car as a weapon, actually ramming it into the officers. From there, it gets even more intense. He apparently dragged one of the officers for, and I'm quoting here, a significant distance. And it was that same officer who then fired the fatal shot. And what about that officer who was dragged? They were taken to the hospital with multiple injuries, but later reports confirmed they were in stable condition. So, DHS put out an official statement, saying they were praying for the speedy recovery of their officer, but they also added something else, pretty significant. A spokesperson directly tied the incident to what they called misinformation from viral social media videos and activists that they claim encourages resistance against law enforcement. But to really get what's going on here, you have to zoom out. Because this shooting, it didn't just happen in a vacuum. It happened right in the middle of a huge federal operation that had just kicked off in Chicago only days before. It was called Operation Midway Blitz. And it was a big push from the Trump administration to seriously ramp up immigration enforcement with a laser focus on the Chicago area. And again, this all launched just days before the fatal shooting. And they were not subtle about the goal. The official press release said the whole point was to, and this is a direct quote, target the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens in Chicago. That's some pretty strong language. And that strong language, it gets even more pointed when you see how they framed this whole operation. It became very political, very fast, with a clear target in mind, so-called sanctuary cities. I mean, check this out. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, the official ICE account called Chicago, quote, a sanctuary city that attracts and protects criminal illegal aliens to the detriment of law-abiding citizens. They're drawing a direct line between the city's policies and this operation. And it didn't stop there. The official DHS statement went even further, calling out the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, by name. It blamed him and other sanctuary politicians for releasing dangerous individuals onto the streets of Chicago. The statement wrapped up with this really intense message, straight from the administration. It was basically a zero-tolerance policy promise. They said no city is a safe haven, and that if you come to the country illegally and break laws, we will hunt you down, arrest you, deport you, and you will never return. Just, wow, incredibly direct. So all of this leaves us with a really big question to think about, right? When you have a law enforcement operation that is so tangled up with this kind of heavy political messaging, what does that actually do to the communities caught in the middle? What's the real-world impact? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.